CryptoKnight, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, he has a lance and armor and everything. So I'm looking forward to, we had that 3 drive in Ethereum. Anyway, CryptoKnight, welcome to F.A.C.E.
Hey, thank you so much, Dale. Pleasure to be here.
All right, nice to have
going?
you. Nice to meet you. Have you used Zoom before?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. Okay, so you could share your screen.
Sure.
Is that green box? You ask people if they used Zoom before, like 99.9% of the people, especially since the pandemic, know about
Post-COVID, everybody has used all those programs, right?
Yeah, Zoom especially, so here you go. All right, so here's CryptoKnight looking at Bitcoin. So before we get to the charts and the markets, boy, that looks like a nice little pattern there. I'd like to ask you a little bit about your journey. So before you were knighted and you were just a peasant and a serf like the rest of us out there looking to make a few bucks in the market, what were you doing and what led you into the business?
Thank you for asking. So basically, I am a software QA professional back in India. So yeah, I'm into IT industry. So being in crypto since 2017, used to get a lot of information regarding the tech and how things were going. Data mining, and stuff like that back in 2016, 17. Then we had, let's say, we had demonetization out here in India, which was a spectacle. So,
oh, you mean when Modi pulled high denomination cash currency from the market? Exactly. What was that like? A lot of people, especially here in the U.S., although we're starting to believe that anything that could happen elsewhere can happen here and even magnified. What was that like for you when did a lot of people keep cash on hand? Was it a loss of wealth for you when they did that?
See, I really don't, like to talk about the political stuff, but I can.
Well, that's economic.
Yeah, I mean, it's but in India, it's all related. So about the economic, front, on the economic front, let me give you a little perspective of, how things went here. So the thing is, the infrastructure was not in place at that time. It is currently still not in place to pull off such a, spectacle.
Draconian move.
Yeah, exactly. So it was not there. It is still not there. The intentions were fine, but it ended up leading into a big and massive hole. When it comes to, that there was a huge gap that was created between the actual workers, the working class, and the bankers or the elite. So it was, the gap increased, and country is still struggling to come out of it. I'm not sure when that can be when the ball starts rolling. On the outside, it looks they did a good job and stuff like that. It's all PR marketing, but in my opinion, it was not a good move. Many people lost businesses. Many people lost. I mean, it did not went well with.
Yeah, and then a year later, now you guys are dealing with COVID, which only exacerbates that situation, right?
Exactly. I mean, India is such a dense and such a diverse place, with all the efforts that can be put in here. Still cannot cannot be something that can handle such a situation. I mean, I know the official numbers are somewhere around 4 million people plus. However, I personally, according to my sources or resources, I mean, I think it's more than 180 million. So it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And it's
Okay,
not
so
going away soon.
let's get back to what most of
Sure.
the world worships, and that's money. And I believe since your focus is crypto and the experience you had with currency, I'd imagine if I went through that too, I'd be looking for an alternative form of currency. But I see you have 4-hour charts and RSI showing divergences in Bitcoin. Are you a self-taught because of your software background, or did you have any mentors or books that influenced you on how you see technical analysis today?
I mean, you asked, a pretty, a pretty good question here because, I get this quite
That's what I
often.
do.
Yeah, so correct. That's great. The thing is, with my background, I'm not from this, industry, so I'm actually self-taught. I have practiced. I've watched and practiced millions and millions of charts, be it 1 minute to 5 minute to 1 day to 1 week, 1 month,
Yeah,
day in day out. I have, so I work with like Elliott waves. My TA, it revolves around confluence. Elliott waves, pitchforks, fibs. EMA strategies, the momentums,
everything.
the Ichimoku cloud. So yeah, exactly. I'm not part of any cult group.
Okay,
So the thing is, if two strategies or three strategies say, okay, this is a support, right, or it's a resistance, right, I go with it. It's
okay.
plain and
So
simple.
there are a lot of momentum indicators, and I'm a proponent. RSI is a big part of my work. I even renamed it to Real Simple Implicator. Don't look up implicator; it's not a real word. But how did you come to choose RSI as your momentum indicator over things like MACD and stochastics and others? Was there some type of reliability, or just maybe you're like me, you just get comfortable with something and you're a creature of
Uh,
habit?
yeah. So to be honest, RSI is fine. I mean, it's more of a basic, indicator, but it's good. It does the job for me, as far as my charting is concerned. So it does the job. You've got OBVs, you've got, different ADX and, ADIs and stuff like that. But this does the job for me because this is not the prime stuff that I actually look at. But when it comes to, in comparison to, let's say, MACD or STOCH, it's more reactive, I would say. Those are more, lagging. And since I use, fibs and, pitchforks and Elliott waves and stuff like that, so all those techniques are more, they don't lag, or they lag less, so to
Okay,
say.
okay,
So it complements, complements well, I would say.
okay.
So
So
the
TFs are important. I know you're showing a 4-hour chart. Would you describe your trading as day trade, swing trade, position trade, average duration of your trades? Is this your favorite time frame for trading Bitcoin, 4 hour?
So in my opinion, Bitcoin works the best on 4 hour, other than the
Why?
45 minute. Uh,
I
it's
never
just
even
all
used a 45 minutes. People are using that now, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they are using right now, but yeah, for let's say day or intra-trade days, then 45 makes a little more sense.
Okay.
But I think 4 hour is one of the most accurate time frames for Bitcoin, because with my experience, I can tell you, I really don't think the volatility, when it is there, right? Daily and weekly, I don't know, it kind of lags. The action has already happened. So 4 hour still gives you, a decent, outlook. It works pretty best. Like for over here, so it's like a normal pitchfork with like slightly different settings that I use. So if you see here, it's a simple ABC that's in place. So,
Okay.
this is where 12,450 was, my
Right.
initial target. So this is where I closed my longs. I opened longs again somewhere around 11,400, this area. Wasn't sure if it, the move up was done or not, right? But I had this place that where I wanted to get into longs. So this was like a more of a B wave. Now it's the C wave that's coming down, like ABC correction. So I would say, on 4 hour, if you see, it's just pretty plain and simple. It goes down, it bounces. So this is the median line of the pitchfork, and when it is unable to flip this in at least like 3 to 4 candles, I think that is the decision that I get ready. I don't even have to look at the RSI or any other indicator. So this is the position I know that all these indecision candles, and then this median line is unable to be flip to support. So I know things are not looking good for Bitcoin. If I go on a
Okay.
1 hour chart, it will give you more clarity.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it went down, boom, 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 and
Okay.
yeah, here we are.
All right. So before I get to your expectations on the formation that looks like a little bit of a falling wedge, I have a question from one of our viewers, and I didn't even know this. Can you still trade Bitcoin from India, as the Royal Bank of India have blocked cryptocurrencies? I didn't know that was
No,
happening
they,
in
they,
India.
they, no, they haven't blocked. They cannot block. No one can
They
block.
haven't blocked.
It's just not there. We have multiple exchanges that are working.
Okay.
Yeah, X is one of the exchange that's integrated with Binance, one of the biggest exchanges. So yeah,
Okay.
that's all right.
So
Yeah,
that's
but it's
misinformation, Mehul, that you're saying.
exactly
Okay.
there.
And,
That's
okay.
it's not well taken by the government, or let's say by the authorities.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Until
not
they
like it's
have their
illegal.
own, right?
Exactly. So they've got the
Yeah.
gold, so
Yeah.
they need the other assets in place. So yeah,
Okay.
so
So
it's
what are
going
your
to be.
expectations? So what are your
Uh,
expectations out of this formation here? Just a rally back to one of your median lines, or could this be a
uh,
significant long
yeah,
entry
see,
here?
see it on a daily or weekly, it looks pretty bad
Yeah.
for a long, that's for sure. On a shorter time frame, it's a combination of your hidden bearish divergence, where your R size is making higher highs, and the price is making lower highs. However, if you see from the support, there is no, almost like not a single candle that, other than these two, there is not a single candle that's being closed underneath or near the support. So it is giving the wicks. People are expecting the 9600 gap, 9300 CME gap to be filled. I don't think it stops there. If it goes there, it goes to 88 to 92. If it breaks that, then it goes to 7Ks. But if they want to front run it, now everyone is expecting, and which could happen is that it goes a little lower, okay, and then it starts making a move up towards the median line or any of these lines, and people would start shorting it. People would short the bounce. But I believe if there is a move up, then the shorters would be trapped. The leveraged players would be trapped, and it goes higher. And it goes higher for like about 2 weeks or so. If it flips this brown line, let's say at 11,200ish area, I think it goes back to like 12K, 13Ks.
Okay. So that would
So
be new highs for
yeah, yeah,
this
and
recovery move.
yeah, and
Okay.
that could be a truncated impulse as well, because ideally, according to this pitchfork, if I just use this pitchfork, this pink line is not the end. Ideally, it goes to the purple line. Okay, most of the time it does go to the purple line, but I'm a little skeptical because there is another pitchfork that I removed now. I have to look for it. On the way up, it did not go till the purple line. It just went to the pink line, and then it got rejected hard. So on the other end side, the other side, I expect that could be a move. All right, that could be a move, because if I go on a weekly chart, so this is the weekly chart, okay. Uh, so this is one of the weekly charts. So over here as well, if you see, there is still kind of let's say, our size here is making lower lows, the price is still making higher lows. So sooner or later, I do expect a bounce, Now it could be a lower highs. Okay, it could make a higher high. We'll get no.
Okay,
But
so it could
there,
do, basically what you're saying here is it could do anything.
I would say it will make a bounce. Now, I have marked a couple of days. One is 11th September. Ironically, that's 11th September, and 23rd is the weekend. 23rd, I believe. 21st or 23rd is the Friday. So these two dates are important. Now, if it starts
Why?
moving up,
Why is it some type of proprietary cycle work you do, or why are these
it's
states important?
it's the okay. So basically, according to the FIB timelines, these two areas make sense. These, Fridays, if I'm not wrong, I'm right about the 9th September. I'm not sure about it's 21st September, 23rd September. Could be 21st September. But according to the FIB timelines, these dates make more sense.
Okay, they're
And
fib timelines. Okay.
and yeah, so what the other thing what I think is about, see, there is a lot of tether that's been moved to the exchanges, and the narrative, or the let's say the flavor of this season for crypto has been, mint some tether on Tron network, send it to Bitfinex, swap it for ERC20 tether, send it back to Huobi, and pump Ethereum, use the Ethereum's profit to pump BTC. So that's been it's been happening for about 3, 4, 5 months now. Now the thing is, there is a lot of Tron, or let's say a lot of Tether that's been lying around on the exchanges. The amount of BTC that was there, has almost been drained out in the dump. But the Tether is still out there. Now the chart looks pretty bearish. If I just remove this pitchfork, chart looks pretty bearish. It's below this your weekly important resistance level. It's below this, right? So it looks ugly. It looks like it wants to get just fall back to 7Ks, 8Ks, 6Ks. But the ideal situation, in my opinion, would be to just pump it up, trap the late shorters, okay, and then go to like 12, 13K by these two dates, okay, and then have a rug pull, because then you got elections. You need some good news to be happening, that would affect dollar in a positive manner, affect something in a positive manner, but negative for gold, silver, and Bitcoin, to tank the market in late September and in October. And then in
Okay.
November or mid-November, they skyrocket. They start pumping again for the, let's say, 17 December to 18 December rally. So 17th, 18th December, they kind of top out again. But from November mid to December mid, they have like an exponential 25, 30 days of pretty good run. The cryptos and gold and silver. But
Okay.
if this,
There's a lot of belief that it's kind of a negative corollary investment. But I've noticed, like in March, it sold off with risk, that it's acting more like a risk on, risk off asset rather than, differentiating itself, like performing well when prices are under pressure. What's your take on it? Is it just a speculative instrument, or does it have any type of hedge diversification value like a lot of Bitcoin proponents say it does?
so it's both, to be honest, because the thing is, now it depends upon you. I mean, if you are like full on crypto, or let's say Bitcoin maximalist, then it makes sense that in case, or let's say dollar does do go down, right? Like petrodollar went to zero. So basically, when the fiat goes down, you'll have gold and silver sooner or later skyrocketing, and cryptos would be a, let's say, a medium that will be kind of medium to use some part of the fiat capital to be moved towards gold, silver, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, crypto, as like any other asset, has a whale problem. and then the asset is pretty small, illiquid, and so there are big whales. So back in March, to when they had this crash from 9K to 3K, so there were big whales that they crashed about 21,000 Bitcoin, market price. They crashed it just to scoop up about few $1 billion worth of Bitcoin to just buy it. Now they are, but they are up by 2 or 3x, by now.
Right.
But do they have the market to sell off again and exit right now? I don't think that the prices are that high. So they need to move the market higher, much higher, so the normies or normal people get into crypto and then they sell the top. So in this way, uh, it has long-term vision. It will act as a hedge for sure, because even right now you won't be able to buy. I mean, people won't be able to buy silver or gold. The prices are dumping. Let's say they were dumping, but it was not available. Silver or gold were not available. Similarly, in future they won't be available to buy. So they have to move some of their fiat money. So like in Asia, they moved a lot of their dollars back into Tether, in anticipation of then you've got like two options. You keep it in tether, so when dollar rises you sell it back and get back to from tether to dollar, or you have this option to get into BTC, pump it, make like 50-70% run, whatever your targets are, and then move back to tether and then back to fiat. So yeah, to your question, it is both ways. It is a hedge. It is kind of at least like 3 to 5 years long term, kind not looking very long term. It is a hedge, but yes, it is speculative and it's got like a real problem for sure.
Okay. From a trading perspective, how do you manage risk? Do you use physical hard stops on it? And what's the execution like if you do use stops? They run them by a ton or what?
Uh,
Have you had
so
bad fills
I
on stop losses if you use them? First of all, do you use them?
yeah, I do, but
That doesn't
so it's
sound
it's it's a
convincing to
mix.
me.
Yeah, I mean, see, stops, especially in crypto, it's not a best way to go, to be honest. If you know what you're
Okay.
trading, if you know how you're trading, then you won't have to go about it. So for example,
Well, you
like I said,
sleep, right? What about when you're
I
sleeping?
then I do, but mostly I don't keep the trades open at that time. But if I do, then I have stops. For
Okay.
example, so this is the setup I use, all right? So I've got like few 50 EMAs, I've got like 200 MAs, some SMAs, Ichimoku Cloud and stuff like that. So the thing is, on multiple time frames, if I see there is decent amount of resistance right now, okay, I would be fine opening a short, and but I would not be fine placing a stop, because they might wick it out, and it happens all the time in crypto. That's how it is. So if I take a position, there is at least 2 or 3 reasons why I'm going long or short, or whichever way I'm taking the trade. So the probability of it going wrong is not that high. And to be honest, that's what I'm personally known for in crypto world. The thing is that I really don't take trades, if it's not, suiting my setup, and they don't go wrong that much. If they are going wrong, then I made a blunder, then I made a mistake, and I cut the trade.
Okay.
So yeah, if I'm awake and watching, the market, then I don't place stops
Okay.
that often.
All right. So I see you're with the on your Twitter handle. You had the bird nest. If you'd like to show what you do over there and your business model and how people that have an interest in trading crypto could follow you, work with you, this would be a good time to show it.
Sure, sure. I mean, I am the board member of, we have this website. Let me just open this website.
You're a member, or are you one of the mentors? I see
Now,
they teach.
I I am the board member, of the Bird Nest crypto
Okay.
community. So
Okay.
I teach people. I am the IT head over there, and one of the 3 board members,
All
including
right.
Crypto Burb. So yeah, so we started this, the Burb Nest. started back in 2017.
And what does BERB stand for?
Or it's
Instead of
just
bird, it's close to bird, but it's not. What's a BERB?
yeah, Burb is like Bitcoin parrot kind of a thing. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
just
It's
a,
a.
yeah, a meme, or let's say it's a parrot.
Okay. I've
Yeah,
learned so I learned what a BERB is today. Okay. All
yeah.
right.
So
So
this,
you teach.
yes,
Are you a patient man?
I am.
You
So
have to be to teach, don't you?
yeah, exactly, because I can tell you that I've worked for Dell, International Services for about 4 years, about some 4 years, 4.5 years or so, and being training there, being training people on the floors, to training trainers to how to go about with the different sectors. So I have decent experience when it comes to teaching. So
Okay.
other than that, we have more than 9 to 10,000 people, members in our Discord.
Okay.
So and we have people from all around the world. So we have a team of about 15 people, that again is all around the world. So we are 24 by 7 answering questions, making calls, creating content, educational content, all on crypto, forex, stocks, commodities, and everything. So we are supporting them. So that's what it is. So this
Okay.
is our website,
Okay.
and
Wow. It's a big organization.
yeah, we recently ventured into a B2B sector. So we already have 3 to 4 partnerships that we already have. So we provide like an on ramp services for the companies who want to come into crypto. We have developers, we have marketing team. So
Right.
if somebody wants to get their product out, we have each and everything. So we've got 24 by 7 support, consultants, and we've got scanner. I just with the team I create we created the scanner for the cryptos, and as well as the
I
stock
see
scanning.
you have PhDs
Oh, this is
that teach. Do you know where I received my
where
PhD?
did you get?
The University of Hard Knocks. You ever
Oh,
hear of that college?
not really. It sounds like not sounds important.
Not Fort Knox, the University of Hard Knocks, which
So where
means
is it?
just where is it? It's all in my head. All all the mistakes and everything that I've made and seen hundreds of others make. So that was the university where I received my PhD, and really
I
a pleasure meeting you. Can I ask this, because you're not the first one? What is the reason for um, remaining or being anonymous for you?
uh, First of all, the thing is, we live in a in a world where privacy is like a luxury these days.
Right, it
And
is.
you might for example the part of the world where I am, probably crypto or stuff like that, related stuff is not it does not digest well with the authorities.
Right.
Tomorrow, see, once you are doxxed, right? So once you are not an anon, right? So you have your identity out, it cannot be reverted or cannot be reversed, but you can stay anon anytime you want. So it's more about security, it's more
Okay.
about privacy.
That's what I
And
thought.
yeah, and trust me, it is far more important, because 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line, you don't know where we are heading, right?
Yeah,
So
I know.
your yeah, exactly. So
Look,
your
I'm in the
families.
U.S., so
Mhm.
we don't know where we're heading November
That's true.
3rd, if we're even going to have a
Yeah.
a peaceful transition of power. So anyway, uncertainty is a certainty now, that's for sure. And I'm glad to meet you. I could tell just from talking to you, you're a hardworking technician, and
Thank you, sir.
looks like you have looked at everything. Elliot, Andrew's pitchforks. I saw clouds on your chart. So I really appreciate your hard work and what you showed us, and hope that you and your loved ones remain untouched by this virus, and that pips just roll into your account from all the hard work you put into with your own trading and people you teach.
Thank you so much, Dale. And feeling is absolutely mutual. The thoughts are absolutely mutual. Wish you and the company, your loved ones, everyone, safety, security, and success. So that's
Okay,
what we can
and
pray
once
for.
you survive an interview with me, you're now my trading warrior brother. So I want to thank you very
I'm
much.
sure, sure. It's a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for inviting me, and thank you.
We'll we'll do it down the line. All
Sure,
right,
sure.
so that's going to be a wrap, everyone. Remember, don't just count your crypto, count your blessings, and we'll see you tomorrow. Dollars come off, and this is kind of what I was expecting. I'll see everyone tomorrow for the ECB. Good hunting. You're very welcome. Adios.